So what are locators in Playwright? Okay, this is one of the most important concept in the Playwright. If you don't understand the locators, right, maybe you cannot work with the Playwright. Okay, maybe you cannot automate any test using the Playwright. It's very, very important. Okay, so we'll see what is locator and the types of locator and how to identify the locators and all. Right. So learning object two, we see understanding locators and selectors, identify elements in the browser, use all locators types and then choose stable locators. So understanding the locators and selectors, learn what locators and selectors are, how they differ from each other. I mean, the difference between locator and selector. Identify the elements in the browser. That means, right, we right click on the element and then identify the elements, right? That is what, identify the elements in the browser. Okay, right click on the element and inspect element like that. And we have different type of, locators types, getByRole, getByLabel, getByText, CSS, XPath, and more real scripts. And choose stable locators. So we're not going to use all type of locators all the time. So we mostly use one or more. Okay, but one common locator we have to use everywhere. Okay, one common locator. Why we have to use only one common locators, whether CSS or something else? We have to use the common locators to make it standards. Make it standards. Okay, because everyone follow the same thing. And choose stable locators. Yes. So first of all, what is locator? So locator is nothing but a locator is in Playwright is the object that identifies and interacts with the specific element of the web page. One second, guys. What is locator? The location. Okay, we have the definition here, but it is little bit the terminology may be different. So I'll tell you the simple definition of the locators. The locator object is to identify and interact a web element in the web page. Okay. Let's say if you go here and a demo web shop, okay. I already told you in the previous sessions, right? We have all these are controls and elements. These are elements. Everything is an object element. Okay. You see that demo web shop. This is also one element. This is one link. Menu with submenu. Menu with submenu. Okay. All these are menus or elements. This is one maybe paragraph or a label, a text. This is also one element. Text box element, button element. Everything is an element here. Whatever you see is an element. Okay. All these are elements fine. If Playwright automation wants to interact with these elements, maybe it can be register, it can be login, it can be shopping cart, it can be links, whatever it is, text boxes, buttons. If it want to interact with this particular element, it need identification. Like you gave an example, right? So if you want to meet your friend is in any company, okay, you have to visit first a security section. I mean, security office, and you have to ask for your friend to call. Okay, you need to ask him to call your friend. So what you'll do? Okay, he can ask you like, what's your friend name? Oh, my friend name is Suresh. Okay, there are so many Suresh are there. Which Suresh? Suresh Katoju. Oh, there are so many storage cutters there. Give me the specific identification, not duplicate one. So in that case, he has to give the employee ID. Employee ID is going to be unique. ID. ID for identification of the candidate, a person. Okay. So when he mentioned identification of the particular so and so person, EMP ID, example 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you want this person which who is working in the so and so department. He immediately call that person and ask him to come to the security station. This is how identifying the person in the office, right? By choosing the employee ID that is going to be unique. Same way, if Playwright wants to identify an element in the web page, it needs a identification, specific identification that is unique one, not duplicate. Okay. So, example, if I ask you to click on register link, there are books example. Here books is there, here books is there. Which book he wants to click on it? Specific one, first book or second book. If you mention first book, it is going to click on the first book. If you don't mention anything, right? Okay, it is in confusion. I don't know what to click on it. I just to fail it. Okay. Same way, Playwright is always looking for the unique identification. Okay, you give me the proper locator for so-and-so element, I'll go and click on it. Give me the proper locator, I can go and enter the data into the text box. I click on the button like that. Identification compulsory. So if Playwright wants to interact, if this Playwright wants to interact, maybe this locator for this so-and-so element, okay, it need a proper one. If it is a missed any broken locator or maybe missing locator, it won't click on that. It won't enter the data. Proper locator is mandatory. Okay. So locator is nothing but the object of locator is to identify and interact with a specific element on the web page. Interaction can mean so it can be click, it can be type entering the data, it can be button, or it can be select the drop value from the drop down, whatever it is. Okay. That is the purpose of this one. And it is the central mechanism Playwright uses for automation, automating, retrying, finding elements, and performing actions. So why we are writing these locators? So this locator, when you write like this, example, get by role, button, name, login for this login one. Okay, if it is a button, right? Maybe this one. Let's take it this one. This is the button. This is the link. Okay, this is the button. This is the link. So if you want to click on this particular button, you can use like this. Get by role, and the type of control is button. So log name of the button, type of button, or type of control is a button, or type of element is a button. Then login. Let's say example type of locator is a link, sir. It is a link, right? It is a link. In that case, you can give the link here. Link name login, but it is a small. Oh, capital the same one, same. Space is required here. Space required. Okay. Page dot get by role, link name login, log space in. Then await login button dot click. So it is going to click on this particular link. Okay. So this is how we take, so this is how do we take this locator? So this is, there is no specific concept to take the locators. It is an inbuilt locators get by role. Okay. For this, no need to take it specifically. Like example, right click on this element and go on the select something. It's not required. By seeing the element, we can take it. By seeing the element, we can take it. Okay. But can I see the can I take the locator for the same thing, sir? Login, right click on this one, inspect element. Okay. You see that this is the input tag, not a button tag. This is the input tag. If it is a button tag, maybe I can go and use button name login. I can use like that for this one. Okay. If it is a button tag, it is input tag given. Okay. So type is equal submit they have given, and value is equal to login something they are given. Okay. But attributes are different. Okay, fine. The tag is input, not a button. So this locator will not work for the login button. Only for this one. Login link. Link, name, login. That's it. All right. So what Playwright does automatically, wait for the element to appear. That means when you write this code, right? When you write this code, okay. So wait until this element to be visible. Okay. This login one. Okay. Wait until that element to be visible and check that element is visible. I mean, visible and enabled. Okay. Visible and enabled. That means this link should be enabled. Our button should be enabled. Or this button should be enabled. Okay. So this is enable. I can see that. Okay. So only enable button can clickable. Visible button cannot be clickable. Correct? Visible button cannot be clickable. So that the button is enabled. So I can able to click on that. Right. This enable fine. Retrace with the page is still loading. Example, this page is still loading to visible this element because of the internet down or because of the server slowness, because of the application slowness or whatever it is. Okay, it is keep loading it, still loading it. Okay, then it will wait. It will wait. Okay, perform the action once conditions are met. Okay, so it is going to perform an action, maybe click or something else. Whatever action is there here, click action. Okay, it is going to click on that once the condition is met. Once the condition is met, it means page is loaded successfully, no wait is required, and the element is ready to, to be clickable. So in that case, it is going to click on it. First, what happened here? Wait for the element to be appear. wait until this element to be visible to the playwright. Okay. Then it is enabled or not. Okay. Then any page loading background or not. And once everything is ready, yes, I'm ready to be clickable. Yes, go and click on that action, perform an action. That is what happened with this command because await is going to do what, sir? Await is nothing but until the promise is completed, right? What promise does? Pending, approve, and reject. Success or failure. Success or failure. Example, it is waiting this element, guys. Okay, this element is waiting in the web page. Okay, that element is not loaded. It's not loading. It's not loading because of the performance, because of the something else, because of the maybe application controls broken or elements broken. Okay, this HTML button, this login button is not displaying is okay. That means in that case, promise will fail. When promise is fail, obviously it will return the reject status. Then in that case, it is not going to click on the element button, the so and so button. It is immediately failed. Okay, await will fail it. Okay, await will wait for 30 seconds and then fail it because of the promise failed. Because of the promise failed. Right? Right. Yes. Okay. What is web element? So a web element in an HTML and as any HTML element rendered or used in a web page. Whatever you see here, right? Okay. This is comes under inspect element. This is the HTML. Okay. Under this, you will see a lot of things. Div tags. Okay. All these things. Each and every tag. Each and every tag. Okay. In that we have list of tags. You see that? Each and everything is an element, guys. Each and everything is an element. HTML element. HTML web element. Okay. So a web element is any HTML element rendered or used in a web page. Every interactive or visible piece of UI of the UI. Okay. From input field to buttons to links. Okay. Is a web element that playwright can locate and act upon. So whatever you see here, everything is an element or web element. Web element, why we are calling web element? Web applications. It's a web application. It's a web applications elements. So web elements. Okay. These are all everything is web elements, web application elements. Okay. So input field example. Okay. If it is an input field, I mean text boxes. Imagine this is a text box. Okay. These are the checkbox. It's a link. It's a button. And you will see drop downs, drop downs. These are the tiles, different type of menu tiles. Images. You see that image checkboxes. Add to cart. Again, drop downs, checkbox buttons, all these things. Okay. So these are all completely web elements. Okay. What are the input fields here? Input fields, text boxes. You can see that input fields. But how do you say this is input fields? Sir? Right click on this one. Inspect element. Input tag. Input tag. And what about this? Input tag. Okay. So where you will see this input tag is a text box. Okay. But not all the input tags as a text box gets. Okay. Let's say login button. Input tag is there. But this is not the text box. It's not the text box. Okay. But there are some rules, guys. Okay. Let's say example. Mm, uh, I'll do one thing. Online HTML compiler. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. So now let's come here. I'm going to use input tag. Okay. Input tag and type is equal to button close. And here I'm using value is equal to some login example. Okay. Login and then login. I can say input tag close, right? Okay. You see that Button created. Okay, let me remove this. No problem. It's not required. Button created, is it? But this button type is equal to button. Type is equal to button. Okay, but tag is same button. Tag is input only. Okay, let me try button. In that case, this is not required. In this case, this is not required. So here you can go and use login. See that? If you directly use the button keyword, button tag name, okay, where is this? If you're directly using the button tag name, okay, then the type is not required. Whenever you use this example, input tag, okay, here inside, type is equal to, okay. Example, I'm using text guys, okay, text. Let's say, oh, I'm sorry, here I use the button, should be button. Type is equal to text. Okay. Type is equal to text. And then, yeah, I can use like this, no problem. Input close, right? Now, one more input. Type is equal to password. Okay, type is equal to password. Now, one more input. Type is equal to email. So, why I'm writing, I'll tell you one by one. This is very, very important. These are the HTML basic concepts. Now, I'm going to do something else. That is called type is equal to button. This type button, I'm using it. Okay, button. But I want to mention the value is equal to register. Okay, register. Now I can go and close it. Input. So start tag, end tag is compulsory for the so and so tags. Compulsory required. Where we are starting here, we are ending here. All right. Now let's see one by one. Button, there is no type. Button is straight away button. But when you're declaring the input, right? Okay, what type of input type you're declaring, sir? You have to mention that. It is a normal text. You can see that. I'm mentioning Ramesh here. Second one. Second one is password. Can you see the data? It is not the text. It is a text box with a password. You don't see that. Email. Example when I'm so this should be email actually. Okay. It is an email without using any at the rate or dot com like this. It is going to give error message. You must provide the at the rate email compulsory. Or if you're just using normal text here, it behave like a text only. It will behave like a text only. But if you're giving email, that must be email. Should not be normal text box. You have to enter email at that dot compulsory in the email. Standards will follow. It's a normal text. You can enter any text here. You can enter numbers. You can enter the text. You can use the special characters also. No problem. But if it is a password, you have to use the password. The password should not be shown. Email, that is the email criteria. You have to enter any text with the rate and dot com or dot co dot in something like that. At the rate and dot must be there. Otherwise, it's going to fail. Okay, and this is the button. Same button. Button. This is the button tag. This is input tag. These are the HTML basics. You should know it. All right. Okay. So, yeah, input field. If it is input field, await page start locator. This is a locator of page methods, guys. Okay, page methods. We have different type of classes created in the TypeScript, right? Example, class one, class two. Register login. From register to login, if you want to export methods. Okay. You have to use the export keyword before the class name. And in the login, you're calling that methods. You're calling that methods, right? Class methods. Same way here, locator is a method. Locator is a method. Okay. What it does? It is going to identify or interact with the web elements. You have to take the locator of this particular element and paste inside this locator. Okay. So example username. Let's say the username is this one. Imagine this is the one. Okay. Right click input element. Maybe it is something coming here. Okay. I can do like this, control F, hash, email. It's not coming. Input, input dot email. Yes. Input tag. Okay. Whatever you see here, ID, name, class, email is there, na? Email is there, right? Okay. Put dot, input dot email. Okay. This is going to be a CSS. Okay. Cascade style sheets. We call them. Okay. This is a CSS. We can write n number of ways the CSS. Okay. We can also write like this. Maybe ID is equal to email. Oh, it's not working. It's not working. Fine. No problem. Dot email. And what about password? Password. And what about submit? Input dot submit is not working yet. Let's see. This button. Input. Type is called button. Okay. So it is not ID or name or something else. Okay. It is a type is called submit. So we have to use type is called submit. Input of sorry submit. Okay. You see that? Two buttons are coming up. You see that? You must check this. You must check this why it is coming to. Okay. In this case, you have to use only one. Only one. Here also submit is there. Type is called submit. Here also submit is there. So if you want to click on this one, you have to use the second one. Second one. Okay. At the time of writing the script, you have to choose that one. Fine. Okay. You may get confused, how to take all these things. I'll explain you one by one. Don't worry. Right. So this is for the username example. And if you want to click, enter the data into the text box, you have to use a fill method. Fill is a method. Okay. Fill is a method. Sir, how can I say this is a fill is a method kind of things? A method which has open bracket and close bracket. It enclosed with the close and open bracket. This is the method. Method as a parameter here. Okay, this is the locator parameter. Same way fill also as a parameter. As a parameter. Okay, fill open bracket and you have to use the argument value there. Okay, so this fill and locator are methods. And button. If it is a button, await page dot get by role, we cannot use the locator, no problem. We can also use locator. Okay. But locator is a common. It's a common. We can use it for everything. But if you want to use a specific one, you have to go and use a get by role, get by label, get by placeholder, get by attribute. There are so many types of locators. Whatever you remember, you can use it. Okay. So there are a lot of advantages or a lot of features, lot of locators in Playwright compared to Selenium. In Selenium, we have ID, name, XPath, CSS selector, link text, partial link text. Okay, all these things. But when it's come to Playwright, a huge bunch of locators. Whatever you remember, you can take it. Okay, like that. So get by role. This role is having lot of element types. Lot of element types. Whenever you mouse over to this particular get by role, right, okay, you will see lot of locator types. Okay, I'll show you something here. Okay. Let's example await page dot get by role. Focus on this. You see that? Yes. Alert, we can handle the alerts. Alert dialog, application, article, banner, block code, button. You see that? What do you see the button? Button, caption, cell, checkbox also we can handle it. Code, column header, combo box also we can handle it. Okay. Dialog, document. Okay. And what else we have? Heading also we can use it. IMG, link, we have seen it. List box, main, math, menus, options, paragraphs, radio button also we can handle it. Scroll bar, search boxes, search buttons, okay, slide bar, tab, switches, text box also we can handle it. Okay. So many things are there. Okay. So many options. We can use any one of the options and we can go and click on that. See, it is very easy to click on these things here. Okay. Because it is a link only. So you can use link. You can use link. Get by role of link, comma, then name of the link. You can handle it. Name of the link is register. So what do you want to do? I want to click on that cell. That's it. Done. Name. Yes. It is going to click on the element. It's very easy. It's very easy. I'm just going to comment it. Okay. In the same way, you can do it for this one also. Okay. No, no, sir. I want to use a different one. Yeah, you can use a different one. No problem. You can go and use the CSS selector. So whatever you hear, right? Okay. Example input dot email. Only one is there. You see that? Only one is there. Input dot email. Copy this and you come here. I want to enter the data into the text box, right? Await paste dot locator. You can use it. Locator. You can paste here. Then in that case, I want to fill the data into the text box. You can use the email. Email at gmail.com. That's it. So whenever you running this playwright script, okay, this element, this particular code is going to identify this particular locator in the web application. If this is matching, yes, sir, it is matching, sir. It is matching here. If it is not matching, it won't enter data. If it is matching, it is going to enter the data in the text box. What data? Email at gmail.com below it. Right. Let's come back. So with this get by role, we can use links, button, text box, drop downs, everything you can menus, okay, all the things, tabs and everything you can use it. Okay. And get by placeholder, a lot of things are there. If it is a link, you see that. What happened to this? Okay. The mouse is not working. Let's go back. Yep. If it is a link, you can use a link, name of the link and dot link. You can use the button, you can use the link and all these things. Okay. If it is a button, you can use the button. If it is a link, you can use a link. All right. Like that, you can use it. And locator and selector. A selector is a raw pattern that is a CSS or XPath. Okay. That identify the elements in HTML. A locator is a playwright object that wrap a selector and add and super forward. Okay. So there are two things, guys. Number one, locator and selector. Locator and selector. Okay. We'll see that. Attribute wise, we'll see that. Okay. Type. Okay. Let's example, there is attribute is a type. Type is called something, right? Type is called something. Type is called submit something in that. Okay. Locator playwright object. But selector wise, it is a pattern or expression. Pattern or expression. And whenever you create it with attributes, okay, then the playwright API methods we are using it. Playwright API methods we are using it. But here we are using the CSS or XPath syntax. So CSS and XPath syntax we mostly use in the Selenium part of it. Okay. But when it's come to the playwright, we are not going to use a XPath. We can use XPath, but XPath is not recommended. XPath is not recommended. XPath. Right click on this one, copy XPath. Okay. Control F. This is XPath for that. By using this also, we can go ahead and identify the element. Okay. Let's example, I'm going to this, right click on this one, inspect element, right click, copy, copy XPath. Okay. So why it is not recommended in the playwright? Okay. The reason is you see that HTML, body, div4, div1, div4, div2, div1, and header one. Example, there are new requirements comes into the application tomorrow. Okay. And they have developed it. But by mistake, they change the div4 to div3, guys. In that case, your XPath is going to work, sir. By mistake, it automatically changed while deploying. See, it won't work. If any div changes, div number got changed. Div numbers are headers, okay, span element, whatever it is. If the number changed, then it's gone. You cannot identify that element. That is a problem. So that's why XPath is not recommended in the Playwright automation. Okay, it can be recommended in the Selenium automation. Okay, it can be recommended. Same problem only, but they are using the customized XPath and all. But XPath, if you take the XPath, that means you will see the low performance. The scripts will not execute fast. It will execute very slow. I'll tell you that. Okay, the reason is this example. I want to identify this element case. Okay, whenever you run the playwright test with this particular XPath, it is starting from where, sir? Here, HTML. Okay, in this HTML, where is the body? Here is the body. It has to identify one by one. And then in that case, div4, sir. Okay, div4, where is the div4? I have to go into the div4. Yes, here is the div4, sir. Okay. In this div4, what is the div1, sir? Yes, div1. Where is the div1? Yeah, so on, so div1. And so on. So again, div4, sir. Yes, div4. Again, div2, sir. Yeah, div2. Okay. Div2. Like this, it has to keep on identify the elements in the HTML. That will take some time. That will take some time. So going into different pages, sections, and everything, it will take some time. That's why it becomes slow. It becomes slow. Playwright nature is faster than Selenium. Playwright nature is very fast compared to any other tools. Okay, you don't want to make it slow because of this XPath. So that's why you have to ignore it. XPath, you can ignore it. Okay, so different type of actions. Example, click actions. Okay, and assertions. Okay, and the locators wise, can perform actions, assertions very fast. But here selectors only identify elements. It is going to only identify the elements. It is not going to do any kind of actions. And auto waiting kind of things. See, locators, we are using the locators here, right? Where is the code here? Page.locators. Await page.locators, it does lot of things. Okay. It will wait for the element. It will wait for the element. It is going to check the element is visible or not, enabled or not. Okay. If it is loading slowly, everything will be taken care by the this entire code. Await page.locator. Everything. Page loading, element visible or not, element enabled or not. Okay. Complete loading completed. Okay. Then actions, backend actions completed, backend loading is completed. Then I'm ready to click on that. I'm ready to enter the data. I'm ready to select the value from the dropdown. Okay. That kind of things will be done by the locators part. Okay. Compared to the CSS and XPath things. Automating, we have the, yes, for locators we have. Okay. But selectors we don't have. Example, you see that page.getByRole of button. Before that, we have to use the await. Okay. Await page.getByRole of button. And selectors, we are using this one. Hash. Hashtag, we are using the login button. It is going to identify the element in the CSS in the HTML. That takes time. So selectors wise, I don't recommend use the locators part. Okay. Use the locators part. Always prefer locators API methods over raw CSS or XPath strings. So they are safer and more reliable and aligned with the how user experience the pages. So better to use the locators part. Okay. It is a playwright object and playwright API methods. Playwright API methods means with WhatsApp. This locator is a method, fill is a method, click is a method. Okay, these are all playwright API methods. Why are locators required? So playwright cannot click, type, assert an element without knowing exactly which element to use it. Without knowing this particular username or particular element, okay, element identifications, we cannot go on to click on the or doing actions on the web page. Okay, without knowing this particular name of the or identification of the particular link, text box, buttons. So we cannot do any actions. So if we want to do actions on the web page, you need locators. Otherwise, we can't do that. Okay. What a good locators does: find the correct element on the web page and wait until the element is visible. Check visibility and enable state. We already discussed. For perform the action reliably and retry automatically if the page is loading. Okay. So if the element is still loading of this particular login button, this keeps loading until the loading completed. It will wait and then it is going to click on the button. That is what locators does. That is what locators does. Okay. What happens without once? It is going to fail the test. Okay, to find the element, because example, I give the wrong locator for this. Inspect element. Let's say an example, right click, copy, selector, Control F. It's a big one. You see that? It's a big one. Selector is a big one. With this, with this locator, right? Okay, it is going to be difficult because to handle the elements is difficult because it's a huge one. Okay? So better write the simple one. You can use the what we can say get by rule. Okay, those kind of things. You can use that. Okay, I'll make it simple. Input dot let's example type is equal to submit. Yes. Two things are coming up. Now I'll do one thing. One. Two is not coming. No problem. Okay, no problem. We can use this and we can add here. Playwright locator and we can add here and we can use option like this. First dot click. If it is the first element. Okay. Second, we don't have anything. Second, we don't have anything second that. Second, we don't have any second option. Okay. So I'll show you in the for loop part. No problem. So if you give the wrong locators, okay, example, I'm giving like this, submit. It is not identifying anything. If you give this one, it is going to fail the test, fail the element. Okay. Playwright interact with the wrong element and test become flaky and unstable. So it is going to be fail the test. That's it. A small UI change break the entire test. If any changes done in the UI, okay, then if a CSS got changed or element got changed, then the test will fail. The test will fail. Okay. Example, I'll copy this locator. I'll show you. Okay. We see this body div dot mass hyphen wrapper page and all this included. Okay. Tomorrow, with the new changes, this number, two number got changed to one gas. So you able to identify the element? No. Okay. That's why you need to have the right locator, proper locator. Okay. Even though tomorrow, if any changes comes in, my locator will not change. That kind of locators you have to build it. That kind of locators you have to build it. Okay. Then only your test will be stable and um, it's not flaky or unstable. Okay. Right. So flaky test means, due to the what we can say, unsafe or maybe not proper locators, the test get failed. Those are comes under the flaky. Okay. Due to not having the proper locators, simple. Not having the standard locators. Right. So the locators are important because if you want to interact with the web applications by using the Playwright, that's very, very important. Okay. Right. So how to identify locators using the developers tools. Okay. How we are doing this? How very simple. If you go here, let's say example, I want to identify an element locator for this particular email. Right click on this one, inspect element. Okay. So sometimes it will go to the console, come back to the element, come back to the element. Right. Now here is a tag. Here is a tag for the element text box. Here is a tag, input tag. Okay. We have input tag, autofocus attribute, class attribute, ID attribute, name attribute, type attribute. Okay. Autofocus, class, ID, name, text. These are the type of attributes, particular this tag, input tag. Okay. And the other one span tag is there. This is for error messages. Okay. Data value for data value message replace. Okay. These are different type of attributes inside the span tag. Tag name, attributes. Elements, inside the element, whatever you see, this is called attributes. Okay. Right. Let's come back. Open web application, navigate to the target page and open developer tools. This is called developer tools bar. Okay, it's a developer toolbar. So if you dev tools, you see that dev tools. So if you want to open shortcut way, is any options there? Yes. You can use F11. So control F11. What happens? Why it is not opening? Where is the shortcut? We can see that once again. Shortcut is not open, right? We have a shortcut. F11, we can see, where is this console shortcut? Okay, I'll do one thing. Shortcut for developer toolbar. It's F11 only. Shift F11. Yeah, Control Shift I, and Control Shift J. Okay. Control Shift I, you see? Control Shift I. Yes, it's opening. Control Shift I. Or right click, inspect element. Easy. This way we can do it. Okay. Or Control Shift I. Yes. Right. Okay. So how to identify an element, sir? You can also right click here, inspect element, or there is an option called as inspect element, sir. Select an element in the page to inspect it. Control Shift C. Okay. Control Shift C. Then focus. You focus on where you want to inspect. I want to inspect this. Yes. It is selected here. Now you have to select the locator of this particular one. Okay. Right click on this one. Copy selector. Control F and select. Okay. You see that selector came. You can use this. This is for email, right? Copy this. Come back here. You can use like this. Await page dot locator off. You can use like this. You want to fill the data, right? I want to fill the data. Yes. So testing at gmail.com. Done. This is how you have to identify the locators. Okay. Right. This is one way. Okay. But we have different type of locators. Right. So dev tool inspect the element and you use element picker, active tools. This is called use element picker, active tools. Right. And then hover and click on the selected desired element. Okay. Yes. You can select this over any element. Example, register. Click on this. And then study attributes, review ID, class name, etc. Yes, you have to review class name and everything. Okay, from this, and you can take the element locators. That's it. This is how you have to identify the elements. Right. So studying the HTML attributes to pick a locator. So guys, you need to understand and you need to brush up some HTML things, guys. Okay. HTML attributes, love, what is HTML attributes, what are the HTML tags and everything. You just study. Okay. It's hardly 1 hour study. You can do it. High level overview of the HTML course with all the tags and attributes. So it will give some content. You can read it. Yeah. Once you have selected an element with the developer tools, yes, I have selected this. And to examine the HTML attributes carefully, so that attributes to the attributes you find will determine which playwright locators method is most appropriate and stable. Visible text and tag name. Okay. ID, class name. What is there here? We have the class name here. You see that class name is there. Okay. All right. And one more type of placeholder value. Any placeholder is there? Here placeholder is there. You see that placeholder. Right click on this one. Facebook element. Placeholder. Oh, why it is not coming placeholder here? Value search for stories there. Actually, it is a placeholder. It should be placeholder. It is like this actually. Okay. Placeholder. If you see any kind of placeholder like this, you can also see that placeholder value. Value, you see that value equal search. Class is there, placeholder is there, value is there for different locators. Area hyphen label, title, alt. Okay. You see any area hyphen label for any element, you see that area hyphen label. Yeah, I think in this it is not there. For a few applications is there. Okay, attribute only it is there. And then title. Yes, let's say title. Yes, title. This is for the web application. I mean the web page title, the page title. But title should be element title. You see that title is equal to notification. Okay. It is a tooltip actually. Okay, it is a tooltip. Is it identifying it? No. See that title, Tricentic Web Shop. See when I mouse over this, you see that. One second. Oh, I should be able to see that. Why it is not coming? Oh, title alt is equal to, okay. Sorry, I'll do one thing. Title is equal to demo logo exam. Oh, it's not coming here. No problem. No problem. Okay. Any other things? Title is equal to something else. Here you go. Yes. Title. If this kind of titles are there, you can use the title. Data hyphen test ID. Data hyphen test ID. No, it's not there. Area label is not there. Data hyphen test ID is not there. But other application will have that. Okay. Maybe in future when you are going to work on a new project, okay, that will have that. Okay. So you can use these many type of attributes, associated labels, elements, and all this. Okay. Example email field, given input ID is equal to email, sir. Okay. Which one? This one. Right click, inspect element. ID is equal to email is there, na? Yes. In that case, what I can do, sir, a label is equal to email. This is a label is equal to email. Okay. And the name is equal to email. All of these works, like example, get by label is equal to get by label email. Get by label email. Sir, do you have a label here? Label here. You see that label? Okay. So that means you no need to take the locator of this text box. You can take the locator of this email label. It doesn't require for this. You can take the label of this one. So automatically it's going to identify the password text box. When you take the locator of this particular email, it is going to identify this particular locator. But this option is not available in the which one, sir? Selenium. Only for this playwright. One second. Okay. Yes. So where are we now? We were talking about the locator, right? Okay. So you can also identify the locator by using the label also. Okay. So anyway, we are going to use it practically, guys. Okay. Every day we'll be using till end of your automation testing. Every day you have to use it. Okay. If you don't understand today, tomorrow you'll understand. Tomorrow you'll understand. Day after tomorrow you'll understand. Because every day you have to use the locators. Without locators using, you cannot complete your automation testing. That is for sure. Okay. Every day we'll be using it. Don't worry. Every day we'll be using new locators and we'll learn it. So types of playwright locators. So these are very, very important. These are the built-in locators. Okay. Normal locators are going to use by the CSS and locator expert. Normal locators. That means playwright locator we are using now. This is the one. Okay. So if you're using this kind of locators, okay, we can use XPath, we can use CSS, we can use something else. Okay, we can add anything. But if you're using getByRole, getByText, getByLabel, this is a specific element, specific type of elements. Okay. Let's say getByRole. Okay. GetByRole means accessible role. So this you will see in the HTML tag, like role items. Okay. Any type of role that will show you the practically. Don't worry. Okay. Any role type is there in the attributes, like you can see here in the HTML attribute. Where is that? Here you will see the role type. Okay. If you see the role type of element, okay, you can use the getByRole and getByText. Any visible text, you can use any text here. Example, this one. What do you say? This one. Welcome. This is a text. 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 Okay. And even button inside this also text. Okay. These links also can be considered as a text. Remember me as a text. Email, password, all these are text. Okay. We can use that also. Visible text content. visible text content. And getByLabel. This is the label. Right click on this one, inspect element, you see the label. Okay. But text inside that email. This is the text. Label name is email. Same way for password. Right click, inspect element. Yes. Label. Okay. So if label is there, you can go on blindly use the getByLabel guys. Okay. getByPlaceholder. Okay. Let's example. This is the one. I'll show you the sample one. I'm going to edit this placeholder. Enter email address like this. Like this, you can see that is called watermark or placeholder. This is very, very important. Watermark or placeholder. We can call this. Okay. It is not the actual text. It is just for users to understand. Oh, I have to enter the email address here. Here, I have to enter the password. Placeholder. Enter password. Yes. Okay. This is for user to understand. That's it. Okay. If you user don't know what to enter here, you will understand. Okay, how to enter the username and password. How to enter the email and password. Like this. This is called placeholder. So whatever you see the placeholder, you can use a placeholder, getByPlaceholder. Okay. So what I can use the getByPlaceholder of enter email address, enter password. Simple. No other locators. getByAltText. This is for images, guys. This is for images. You see that alt. Okay. You can use this one. Simple. If you take this one, it is going to identify the element with the alt text. getByTitle. Yes. If any title is there, example for this element, title is there. You see the title. You can take this one. It is going to identify this particular element with a title. And get by test ID. Okay, this is area hyphen test ID, data hyphen test ID is there, na? So that kind of things. Okay, data hyphen test ID, area hyphen label. So those kind of things we can use it in the get by test ID. Okay, in the normal locator you can use anything. You can use anything. Okay, you can use the with including all these things, you can use in the locators. Common things, common CSS, common XPath, you can write in that under the locators. As of now, we are doing the same thing. Okay, locator. All these things. Okay, right. So we have the getByRole, getByText, getByLabel, placeholder, getByAltText, getByTitle, getByTestId, and locators. All these are things. Okay. So getByRole means okay, what type of rules we can use it? getByRole. Okay, the most preferred locator, the most preferred locators. We have seen it already. Okay. Whenever you type getByRole, you will see where is that? I just commented now. getByRole. Yeah, there you go. getByRole. The role type is it can be link, it can be button, it can be text box, it can be checkbox, radio button, heading, combo box, dialog, or whatever it is. Okay. So drop downs, everything. Everything you can use it here. Okay. Drop down, you can use it. Links, text boxes, checkbox, everything you can use it. Okay. So await paste or get by role button or link or checkbox, radio button, all these things. With this get by role, we can go and complete the entire script guys without using the CSS selector and all these things. Okay. Without choosing the CSS selector and all these things, we can go on to use get by role and finish, automate this entire page because it has everything. It has text box, it has email links, it has what checkboxes, buttons. Every role is there. Every role is there. By using that role, we can complete that without taking any CSS selector. Right click, inspect, not required. Okay. Right click, inspect, not required. Okay. You can simply take by seeing that particular element. By seeing the element. Okay. We can select it. Remember if checkbox, you see that? It is going to click on it. Okay. Mail radio button. So, see mail radio button. And get by heading dashboard visible. heading. Example, this is the heading. You see that? H1 heading. If you just see the heading, register, simple. Get by role, heading, name is equal to register. Name register to be visible. It is going to verify that. Okay. So no need to do any kind of hard work to identify the element, guys. Okay. By using the existing locators types, okay, we can easily identify the element in the web page. Okay. All right. So get by role identify elements by their accessibility role and optional accessible names. So we have the closest approximation and how real users on screen readers pursue the page, making is the most recommended locators in the Playwright. Okay, it is most recommended locator in Playwright is called as a get by locators. We can use it for button text like text boxes, check box, edit button, check headings, combo box, dialog boxes. And we have the get by text, get by label, get by placeholder. Okay, get by text is nothing but whatever you see, right? Example, registration successful, or maybe this is also text, your personal details. Okay, and this is also text, text, text. Okay, you can get the text of it. Okay, if the text is visible, okay, it is going to look for this particular text, guys. Okay, get by text of this particular one. You can keep this one. You can keep it simple. Get by text of welcome, comma, please sign in. It is going to verify. It is going to verify. Okay. Await, expect page dot get by text and registration successful to be visible. Okay. Mostly, the get by text, okay, is going to do the assertions and validations, okay, and verification part. The text is visible or not, failure message, success message, error messages, everything we can use in the get by text. Okay. All right. So get by labels, yep. Form controls. Example, there is a registration form, login form, right? Example, registration form. So imagine this is the first name is a label. Let's see that. First name is a label. Yes, it is a label. If you use get by label of first name, right? Okay. Get by label of first name dot fill Ramesh. It is directly going to enter the first name Ramesh in the text box. Are you taking the locator of this one, sir? Are you taking the locators? No, I'm not taking any locator for this text box. Only get by label. Only get by label. I'll show you that one. Okay. Page dot get by label, email address, or first name. Or first name. Dot fill and your username. Okay. Get by label of no last name. Password. Confirm password. Okay. If it is a which one drop down. Get by label of country drop down. Select option India. It is going to select the option from the drop down as India from the country drop. It's very easy if you understand these methods, right? These type of commands, right? Locator commands, get by label, get by text, get by role, get by placeholder. It is very easy to write the locator style. And get by placeholder, you know it already. We already seen it. Okay. If any placeholder is there, you can use that. Search store and any other thing is there. We'll see. We can choose. Something will come. Looks. Huh. I think it's no placeholder. Okay. Again, I'm going to write it. Oh, placeholder. Okay. Enter such item, such value. So here is a placeholder. So watermark. Okay. So what you'll do, get by placeholder, enter first such value. That's it. It is going to identify the element with the so and so placeholder and it will enter the data. That's it. Okay. I'll show you one by one. Okay. We'll use everything. We'll use every locator type and we'll automate the application. Don't worry. Get by alt text. This alt text for images, right? If you want to get the text of this one, alt is equal. If any alt attribute is there, tricentic demo web shop, you can use that. Copy that, page dot get by alt text, and you can use that logo here. Visible or not, to be visible. Okay, if it is not visible, it is going to show the error messages or throw the error. And the title also, get by title. Okay. Any title is there here? We already seen it. Title here, title. Okay, that attribute should have the title case. Okay, not tag name. Tag name is different, and this one is different. You see that tag name is different. Control F is a tag name. It's a browser tab title. Okay, it's a page title. It's not an attribute. Okay, go inside this. Here you go. It's attribute. Then you can choose that. Okay, and then paste our title and save slash hyphen. Okay, it is a matching one. Okay, if you give this one slash save slash I, it's a matching one. Matching means partial matching. Dot click and get by test ID. Yep. Uses a dedicated test attribute data-test ID by default. Data-test ID. If you have any element or attribute, sorry, attribute data-test ID is not there. Okay, it's not there. Let's say procura person. Okay, let's go with this and Control Shift I, Control F data hyphen test ID. It's not there. Now I'll do one thing. I'll close this. I'll come out. Right click, inspect element. I'll say data hyphen test ID, right? Data hyphen test ID. Why is not coming? Okay, let's start from here. Yes. Okay. Now we'll do this. No, we don't have any such things. Okay. We don't have any such things. So data hyphen test ID, only few applications you will see that. Okay. Don't worry about that. So if you have a data hyphen test ID, you can go and use get by test ID and that value you have to give it. That value. Inside that data test ID, you have the value. You can use the value and you can click on it. Okay. So by using those attributes, you can handle the get by test ID. All right. Okay. This is the normal locators. We have seen it. CSS selector and all these things. Your tag name, we have input. Okay. ID, we have example. There is one more thing, sir. These are very, very, very important, sir. Very, very important. Okay. Show this one. Second. Right. Demo. Come back. Right. So now I'll explain you how to handle or how to take the locators very easily. Okay. Number one, sir. So if it is a example, I'll go with the login. Okay. I'll go with the login. How to identify this element, sir? Go here, select this. Okay. Now it is focused. Now you have to take the locator. We can take get by role and get by label also we can take it because label is there before that. Okay. But I want to take the actual CSS selected. CSS selected. Okay. How to do that? Very simple. Example, if we have a attribute, tag name is inputted, tag name is input. Okay. If we have a tag name called as a, if only tag name is input, you can use input. Okay. But how many are there? 14 are there. No, it's not useful. It's not useful. If it is single input, maybe it can be useful. There are multiple inputs are there. You can leave it. One more. If you see any ID attribute in your locator, right click, inspect element. Do you see any ID attribute? Autofocus? No. Class? No. Yes, ID is there. If you see ID, you better use the hash symbol before that. Okay. Control F. Control F. Okay. Control F. You can see here hash. What is that name? Email. Where is that? Capital email or small email? Capital email. Yes. You see that highlighted is one is there. If you see ID, you can use hash email. Hash email. This is the way you can do that. One more, sir. Right click, inspect element. You see that ID is there, na? Copy this one. Hash. If your ID is there, hash. Yes. Identifiable. Right click, inspect element. Do you see ID here? ID is not there. No useful. What about search one? Right click and inspect element. Okay, you have to remember that case. No ID and button, no ID. Okay. If you see ID in the particular tag as an attribute, you better use hash symbol and that particular value you can use it. Okay. ID value na hash password, hash email. That is for ID. Okay. Now let's come to the class. Example, if you have a class, right? Okay. Example, this is also class. That means you can take one multiple locators from this. Class is there. Okay. So in that case, we have to put dot symbol in front of the class. Okay. Dot email. You see that? This is also identifiable. Okay. Dot email. If it is a class, password, right click inspect element. Okay. Here's the one. Class is there. ID is there. If it is ID, you have to use the hash. If it is a class, you have to use the dot. Dot password. Yes. It's working. What about login then? Right click, inspect element. Here class is there. And no ID. So if class is there, I had to use the dot. Copy this, paste it. Okay. You see that it is not working. You see why it is not working? Because I think the class is having some problem. You see that there is some space might be because of that it's not working. We can take another one. One second. Okay. So search button. Let's see the search button. I think this is also going to the same problem. You see dot, same problem. Okay, it is not working. And any other things, let's say register. Space should not be there. I think space is there in the class. Maybe that is the reason it is giving some problem. I think list this one. You see that? This one. This one is not having any space. Copy this. You see that? It is identifying it. Okay. So the class name should not have any spaces. If a class having the spaces, then that is going to be creating a problem. Okay. In that case, maybe you can use other type of locators. No problem. You can use other type of locators. So now you tell me, guys. I'll ask questions. Okay. Now I'm opening the new tab. Okay. Let's say I'm taking other website. Okay. Procurables. Start with. Okay. So let's say right click, inspect element. Okay. Now you tell me, guys. Here, which locator should I take? Come on, fast. No time. We are going to take the CSS only. Where is that demo web shop? Okay, in another page. No problem. Come on. Which CSS selector should I take it? Listen, just look at this one. Okay. Look at this locator. CSS selector only. Okay. CSS selector, we can write n number of ways like this. We can write n number of ways. Come on. Now Tell me how to write this. Control F. Tell me how to write this. We have ID is there. We have a class is there. We have a name also is there. Type is there. Autocomplete is there. Placeholder also is there. Okay. But since we are learning CSS part, right? Okay. Which one should I take it? Tell me.
ID, sir.
ID. Okay. If it is ID, what should I do that? Dot or hash?
Hash.
Hash. We need to use
Exactly. Hash and first name.
Yes, sir.
First name. So it is not much one thing. Right click, inspect element. It's taking time. I don't know why. Inspect element. Here you go. Okay. Copy this. Copy this. Oh my goodness. Why it is slow, yeah? Copy this. Hash and paste. You see that? Why? What's wrong with this? Okay. Because okay. So yeah. Enter. See that highlighting, huh? It should be highlighted. Okay. And what about the second one? Now you take the different locator, okay? Tell me. ID already we took it. Okay. What about next one? Class name. Tell me. How to use the class name? ID with the hash, class with the
Dot.
dot. The system is quite slow here. It's not able to handle it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Dot. So it is not visible because of this particular gap. Okay. If there is no gap between these two words, okay, these two words, maybe it is identifiable. Any other things, class? Yes, here you go. Header. No, this side is becoming slow. Yeah. I'll remove it. Okay. We'll take this one only. Better. Right click, inspect element. We have ID is there. Okay. If it is ID, tell me fast. Hash. Okay. If it is a
Yes.
class,
Dot.
come on. Dot. That's it. Okay. But you need to check, sir. One of one only. It should not be more than one. If it is more than one, then you have to think about it. Okay. Which one you have to take? First one, second one. Okay. There is an option. So if it is a class, use dot. If it is ID, you have to use the hash. Got it? Okay. Now let's go back. There is another way, sir. You can use like this also. Input name is equal to email. Button type is equal to submit. This also we can do it. Okay. Now let's go back. Log. Okay. So we were not able to identify this element. Right click inspect element. Okay. So you see that input tag. Okay. Input tag. And what we can use it? We can use multiple things. We can use input tag. Yes. Control F. Input tag. In that input tag, what are the attributes? Are the name is equal to email. Okay. Name is equal to email. So in that case, login button class is there. So should I use the class? Let me try it. No problem. Class, sorry. Class is equal to. It's working up. Working up. We can use like this. We can use like this. So can I use type is equal to submit? Already type equal to submit is there. No? I can use that. The problem is type is equal to submit. The problem is two buttons. but I need to click on the login button. In that case, why don't you go like this? You can do like this. Okay. What about registration button? Right click, inspect element. Okay. Input tag. Input tag. Control F. Input slash input square bracket and what else we have? Value is equal to register. Also, we can do that. Okay. Let's try that. Let's try that. Value is equal to register. You see that? We can use the class name, we can use the ID, we can use the name, we can use the value. Yeah, we can do that. So the only one thing is coming. Okay. And what else we have? Link also. Link also we can do it. Okay. Link also we can do it. Copy this class name, entire thing. Okay. Here, what tag is there? A tag, na? A. Done. Simple. Right? So if it is a button, you can use the button. If it is a div tag, let's say. Okay. What else we have? Inspectable elements. Let's say books. So we have a books is there. Okay. Books we have. I think we don't have any attributes here. We don't have any attributes. Okay. So what I'll do in the top, from here we have to do it. From here we have to do it. Okay. So these are the bunch of links set. Okay. Bunch of links in that case, you have to use the more than one element. Okay. That mechanism I'll show you later. More than one element I'll show you later. Okay. So first we have to identify the individual elements. So you can use
అట్రిబ్యూట్ ఇస్తే మనం లింక్ యూజ్ చేయాలా సార్?
attribute.
తీసుకుంటే లింక్ యూజ్ చేయాలంటే మన ట్యాగ్ నేమ్ యూజ్ చేయాలా?
Tag name. See, if you this is another type of XPath. Okay. See, with the attributes we are using this like this. Attributes ఏం చేస్తాం? ఐడి అయితే we are using hash. Class
Yes.
name అయితే without, I mean,
That-
without connection with the tag name. ఇవి tag name తో సంబంధం లేదు. These two. There is no connection with the tag name. But if you want to apply the tag name and you want to apply use the attributes, అప్పుడు మీరు ఇలా దీనికి వెళ్ళాలి. Input of name is equal to email. Input is a tag name is a attribute and value. Button is a tag, attribute, value. Okay. This is the ID of the that means attribute value. ID. Okay. If you go and see that, can go and see that. ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఇన్పుట్ ఐడి అట్రిబ్యూట్ ఇది ఇన్పుట్ లో అట్రిబ్యూట్ మనం వీఆర్ నాట్ యూజింగ్ ఎనీ ఇన్పుట్ బట్ వీ కెన్ యూజ్ దట్ ద పాసిబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ ఫైండింగ్ ద లొకేట్ ఆఫ్ ది టెక్స్ట్ బాక్స్ ఇస్ మెనీ దానికోసం చెప్తున్నాను ఓకే వీ కెన్ ఐడెంటిఫై మెనీ వేస్ సే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫర్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ పర్పస్ యూఆర్ రైటింగ్ లొకేటర్ ఫర్ దిస్ ఈమెయిల్ యువర్ ఓన్ లొకేటర్ ఓకే మేబీ యూ మే యూజ్ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సరే okay any one of this example if I ask you to get the locator of this email for everyone, okay, everyone may not choose the same type of locator na. Example, Ramesh is using id hash email and maybe Nikhil is using the class name dot some email, okay, and Abhishek is using input of name is equal to email and Janavi is using button type is equal to submit. So they may be using different type of locators, but ultimately it is going to identify the same locator, same type of, same text box only, same text box only. Okay, same text box having multiple locators, not one locators. We can have multiple type of locators. You can use anything. Okay, so these are the CSS normal CSS locators by using the locators method. This locator methods. But if you have one more is there, getByRole also is there. By using getByRole also, we can take the locator of this one text box. Simple. We can use getByRole label name is equal to email. So it is going to enter the text box value with the email. That's it. Okay. Like that, we are going to do it. Gosh. Okay. So any questions here? Simply let me know if you don't understand anything. So I'll explain once again. Don't worry. So we can take n number of locators for particular element, guys. ఒక్క లొకేటర్ కి ఎన్ని, ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ కి ఎన్ని లొకేటర్స్ అని తీసుకోవచ్చు. ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ వన్ థింగ్, ఓకే. బికాస్ వే ఆఫ్ రైటింగ్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్, ఓకే. నా అండర్స్టాండింగ్ లో నేను ఒక లొకేటర్ రాస్తాను, మీ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఇంకో లొకేటర్ రాస్తాను. బట్ అల్టిమేట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్, రైట్, ఓకే. హౌ టు టేక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మీకు ఇది అర్థమైంది అనుకోండి, ఐడి కాన్సెప్ట్ మీకు బాగా అర్థమైంది అనుకోండి, రైట్, యూ కెన్ టేక్ ఐడి. బట్ వీ కెనాట్ టేక్ ఐడి ఆల్వేస్, బికాస్ ఆల్ ద లొకేటర్స్ ఇస్ నాట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఐడి, రైట్. సి ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇట్స్ నాట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఐడి, ఇట్స్ ఓన్లీ హ్యావింగ్ క్లాస్. Okay, I know ID in class. Okay, I can use it. But what about others? What about others? Example, link. Link can. It's a class only. Okay, fine. And what about the headers? See, it doesn't have any type of ID class name and in case ledu. So how to take it? So for headers, so we can also take the CSS for this. Copy selector. It's a big one. It's a big one, which is not recommended. But headings, how do we handle headings? By using getByRole. GetByRole, na? GetByRole. See that heading is there. Heading. Ah, here. Heading is there. You can use a heading. Copy this. Heading. Done. So here you can write the heading. Copy this one. Done. Heading. To be visible. Expect page.getByRole of heading. Welcome sign in to be visible. That's it. Okay. So you should know, you should know multiple types of locators. Then only you can take, locators for the element. You should know multiple type of locators. Okay. So we can take like this and one more and locator priority framework. Okay. So getByRole, 1 second. Oh God. Yes. getByRole, user behavior, and getByLabel form controls. Form controls means, we have the first name, last name, email, text box, all this. So this is a login form, registration form, something like that. Okay. And visible text like paragraphs, welcome to the register, welcome to the login kind of things. Okay. And getByTestId, any stable testing contract, like example, data-test ID, those kind of things. Okay. getByPlaceholder, that means, there is no label, only the placeholder watermark is there. You can go with that. Oh, for images, getByAltText. For attribute titles, getByTitle. CSS selector, you can implement for anything. XPath, for structural fallback, this XPath is not recommended here. Don't use that. Because XPath, again, a different concept we have to explain it. Okay, it's not required to use that. We have two different type of XPath, absolute XPath and relative XPath. And that XPath is very slow compared to all these locators. Very, very slow. This is one of the interview questions. Which one is better, either XPath or CSS selector? CSS selector is faster than the XPath. We are using the CSS selector. And yep, selecting only by tag name, like button. If you're taking this button, right, okay, it is going to fail because if you are having more than one buttons, it doesn't know which button he has to click on it. This is not recommended. Okay, this is not the way to click on select the tag names. And using generated classes. Generated classes means, example, a class which is having some random numbers. Okay, see, in the real projects, right? Okay, in the real projects, means, example, take our Procura. Okay, Procura files. Right click, inspect element. Can you see any class name? Let's say class name. So it's not identifiable. Why? Why? Um, want to take something. Okay. So here it is not there. See some example, some classes. Imagine this class. This is not allowing me to do this. I don't know why. So example, this is the class. The class ending, there is some random string, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you refresh it, it is the number is changing. Again, when you refresh, one more changing. So you cannot use that class name as a standard locators. Okay. So that is what is saying. Don't use this type of class locators which is having auto-generated class. Auto-generated means every time when you refresh it, it is generating the new class name. Every time it is generating the new class name. Don't use those kind of locators in the test. And deep CSS path, that means bigger one. We already seen it. Right click, insert element, right click, copy XPath, copy CSS, sorry, copy selector, Control F. Is asking this part. See how much big it is? So it is not recommended. It is not recommended. You see that? Body, div, nth child, to main section, buttons. If tomorrow this nth child is got changed to 3 or 1, then it won't work. Okay. And one more. Use index without need. Page, getByRole, button, nth 3. So button, example, there are 3 buttons. Third button, you want to click on it. Don't use that. Because tomorrow the button hierarchy got changed. Okay, the button hierarchy got changed. So that's the reason you should not use them. getByText. Okay, so by using the text, don't use the click things. Okay, don't use for text one things. That is what he mentioned. You can use the getByRole button name login. They can use it. Don't use the text of the button and click on it. Verifying locators correct format. Okay. So we have the count and assert. So constant login button page dot getByRole. If any multiple buttons are there, okay, and login button dot click count. We are taking the count. If it is more than one, it is going to click on the first or second one, okay, like that. Expect login button to have count one. It should be only one. It should be visible. It should be enabled, and then to have text of login. Asserting. These many type of asserts, or this assert is the new concept, guys. Okay, I'll talk about later. And this is a sample code, guys. Can we write one program and wind up? Come on. Okay. So now we have to write a program. We have to create a scenario for registration only. Okay, registration only. Now you tell me. I'm going to create a new class, register, or we can just sign up example. Sign up dot spec dot ts. Yep. Test. Okay. Verify, register, functionality, valid data. Right. Now comma async. Okay. Async page curly bracket. Yes. Yeah. We have to import it now. Import it. New problem. Just import it. Fix it. Import Playwright. Done. Right. Now what is the first thing, sir? Navigating URL. Yes. Await page dot go to URL, right? Go to URL.
Sir.
So what is the URL here? This top. Okay. Now it's done. Click on the register link, sir. Which one is better? Right click, inspect element. Say we have a class name. Do you want to use that? Come on. If it is a class name, what to use?
Dot.
Exactly. Copy this one. Control F. Dot class. It is working, huh? It is working. Yes. Come back here. Now tell me the code. Await page dot locator. Page dot locator. Double quotes. Give that locator. And you want to do what, sir? Click, huh? You want to click on that, right?
Yes, sir.
Click. Perfect. Done. We're good with the registered link. Click. Once you click on that, okay, what next, sir? It is navigating to some other page. See, when you want to go for assertions, this I'll talk about more on the next sessions, okay? Assertions is nothing but, basically, when something is changed to different thing. Okay. Example, once you're done with the registration, you will get a success message. You have to assert it. When you click on the link, it is navigating to some other page. That means changing from one position to another position. Changing. In that case, you have to go and use assertions. Okay. So we change the page now. So we have to know whether it is navigating to proper registration page or not. So we have to verify the title of the page. Title of the page. Okay. So in that case, await, expect expect, okay, page should have to have title, to have title, to have title. Okay. Why it is coming, sir? Because it doesn't have the expect here, comma expect. Done. Okay. Don't worry about this expect. I'll explain later because that is a different concept. It's a verification point. Now what to do, sir? Mail radio button. Okay. Now tell me what should I use it here? We'll use a different type of locators. Okay. ID is there, name is there, type is there. Tell me what to do just.
You can go with IDs.
ID. Okay. If I want to use ID, what to do?
Hash
Hash.
ID.
Exactly. Hash ID. Okay.
We can
Just
copy.
copy this, come back here. Come on. My system got stuck here. God. What's wrong with this? Wait. Paste
Wait,
dot
page shot.
dot locator.
Locate.
Okay. So still we are using the same thing, sir. Dot locator, hash locator,
Yes.
hash
Hash.
locator.
Hash.
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 Okay. What to do, sir? Click up.
Click.
Yes.
Click up,
Hash.
right? Click. Click on it, right? See,
Yes,
the
sir.
radio button should be clickable, right?
Yes, sir.
Where is the
సార్
click?
రేడియో బటన్స్ కి క్లిక్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం మనం అంటే రెండు ఉంటది కదా సార్ ఇప్పుడు అది మెయిల్
We can use click and check. Both. We can use both click and check. One second. I need to clean up my machine here. I don't know why. Demo version. We can use both. If you want to click on the click box, click or check, anything is fine. No problem. Okay. Right. And yeah, we're able to click on this. Good. Nice. Okay. Now tell me, sir, this is, I don't want to use the locator because locator is a normal CSS selector. We are using it. Oh, this is a dot, na? Dot. So if you miss it, right, okay, it is going to fail, guys. Okay, don't use only proper one. Dot for class and hash for ID. Okay, what next? This is the one inspect element. So for this, we have the classes there, IDs there, all these things are there. Okay. See, if I use the common thing CSS selector, then it's a boring one. Now I want to use the label part. If I want to use the label and entering the value in the text boxes, okay, what to use? Tell me. Await, paste dot, get by role, get by role. Okay, what is that, sir? Label, label. What is the name of the element, sir? Name of the element. First
ఫస్ట్ నేమ్
name.
First name.
First name. You copy this one. Okay, whatever is the copy name, you copy this one. Label name, name, first name, label, get by role. One second. What is the problem here? Oh, okay. Control Z, Control Z. Yep. Label, label. Oh, bracket is missing, yeah? No, it's correct only. What's wrong with this? A label is not accessible. Okay, let's focus on this one. Label is there. Come on, guys, find out which line it is. Label. I don't see that. Why? Hey, why we are using this one, man? Get by label already. Look at this, na? Why we use it? See, we have direct label is there. Get by label is there. Why do we use the get by locator? Correct,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Ah. So again, page dot get by label. Okay, last name. Okay, and one more. Can we use other things, guys? Is it possible to use any other things? Um, do you have any kind of attributes, kind of things? You'll see email. Okay. Um, input tag. Can we use this attribute? get by attribute. 1 second. Await. Sorry. Await. Sorry. Page dot get by attribute. Okay. Did we learn about this attribute? Get by alt text for images. Label for label. Placeholder different. Role is different. Test ID is different. And text box, that is for text box. Okay. Get by text box. Get by text is different. Get by text is different. Get by attribute. 1 second. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So get by okay. Await page dot get by attribute. Sorry, Control Z, Control Z. The laptop is giving some trouble. It's not even scroll up. Why? Attribute. Okay. And there is something called as the email value. Okay, it is showing. 1 second. Get attribute. Get attribute and selector. Okay, you're using the selector here. And then right side is a value. Where is the value here? Regex options. Is a text is there? Okay, text string located. Oh, go top. Attribute selector and name string. Okay, selector is the first, and right side is a value. Right side is a value. Okay, so here value. What should I do? I should enter some testing at yahoo.com. Okay, so this is the attribute. Okay, you can use the CSS and then value inside. Okay, so next one, await page dot, and what else we can take it, guys?
సార్
The other
యాట్రిబ్యూట్
element.
కూడా మనం ఎగ్జాక్ట్ మళ్ళీ యాష్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం సార్ యాష్ ఈమెయిల్ అని మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు కదా
Okay, this
యాష్ ఈమెయిల్
attribute will take care of it. So action separate the fill click awesome. Okay, attribute itself is taking that. It has two things: selector with the argument of name, value. It's automatically taking. It has a inbuilt. I mean, there are two parameters you have to pass it. One is the locator parameter and the value parameters. So with this, locator is going to identify the element and going to enter the data into the text box with this value, with attribute.
లేదు సార్ నేను ఇక్కడ యాష్ మెన్షన్ చేశారు కదా లైక్ అంటే మనం ఐడికి
Hash
మెన్షన్
is going
చేసి
to identify the email. Na? 1 second.
ఓకే
Go back. It is a normal locator only. Okay. Let's go back. Right click inspect element. Okay. Control F. You see that? ID. ID is there. Na?
ఓకే ఏ
Basically, this
అట్రిబ్యూట్
item.
అంటే మీరు ఐడి అట్రిబ్యూట్ తీసుకున్నారా ఇక్కడ ఐడి అట్రిబ్యూట్ అలా తీసుకున్నారా
Yes. See, when you're using a hash is nothing but only ID.
Sir.
If it is not there, it is going to fail it. Okay. So we can also use the class name, but the class name is not it's a common one. You see that? You cannot take the class name for this. I'll tell you that. Okay, why it is
అండ్
not.
మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ స్పేస్ కూడా ఉంది కదా మనం స్పేస్ ఉంటే యూజ్ చేయం కదా
No, no,
క్లాస్
even though space, see, text box hyphen single line. This is not the actual class name. Because if you go and see other one, you see that first name also same thing. Duplicate class names.
ఇస్తాను
Okay. So these are the duplicate class names. In that case, should not take it. You can just copy it. You see that total 5 are there. So you cannot take it. Duplicate one. You have to take the unique one, which is not duplicate. Okay. Obviously, ID, name are unique. So you see that ID, both are different. Like this. Like this, you can take it. So in the attribute, you can take the ID, no problem. You can take the ID and you can use it, no problem. And page one more password. Can you use a different one? Password? Label, text box, How about getByRole button? No, one second. Inspect element. Input tag is there, but we cannot take the. Okay. So can you do like this? Input tag, name is equal password. Can you do that? Can you do that? Let's try that. Okay. Get by role. GetByRole. GetByRole. Text box. Okay. Name is equal password. Text box, we can use it. Our input tag, we can use it, but it's a text box. Name is equal password. Fill password 123. Yep. It's automatically giving. Same confirm password. Okay. And next one. Click on the register button. Right click, inspect element. And tell me, so class name, I think is going to be problem. Can you do like this? Input tag, control F, input, bracket open. Okay. Right click, inspect element. Copy this one. Class name, class is equal. It's easy. It's easy. Copy this, or we can use the value is equal to register also, no problem. Await, page dot. It's a normal locator. Okay, it's a normal locator. Click. That's it. Oh, why it is coming like this? Yes. Okay, it is coming fine. No problem. What is this get by rule? Oh, it is recommended to text box only. Okay, but I want to take that only. Okay, I want to get by attribute only. We'll see that whether it is working or not. Okay. Now what next, sir? After clicking on the registration button, we are getting what, sir? First name, last name, email. Okay, email.com, testing. Click on register button. We are getting successful message, right? Okay, right click, inspect element. Can we take the text, sir? Text. Text we can take it now. Text. Copy this. Okay, I'll copy this. And then we are going to verify that, right? We are going to verify that. So await, expect, okay, expect page dot to have text to be visible or to have not text. We can say we should not take locators. I just want to take we'll do one thing. Page dot get by text. Get by text. Okay, get by text. Your registration completed. Yes. Right. Okay. And this should be visible. This should be visible. To be visible. Okay. What next? Then Control Z. Wait. We have to click on the button. This button. Continue button. Inspect element. Now, can you write this one, sir? Button. Can you do like this? Can you do like this? Page dot get by role. Get by role. Okay. Then button. Okay. Button. Name is called continue. Enough. Okay. Name is called continue. Well, continue button. And then log. I want to click on the log. Right click, inspect element. So now you tell me, guys, I don't want to use class name. I don't want to use the text. You tell me what to use it. Use get by role and tell me that. Come on. Await page dot get by
By role
get by role
button
or link. Link
links
na. That is
link
link na.
link.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir,
can use
links.
the name of the link. That's it. Simple. Okay. Comma, open bracket,
Name.
Logout link, click.
and
That's
log
it.
out.
Yes, sir.
That's it. It is going to click on that. Okay. Now you tell me how to run this. So,
Tools.
Program
npx
playwright
test.
test.
Okay. If you do this command, all the tests are going to run, right? So we
Sir.
have the registration is there. Okay. We cannot, comment this. It is not good to comment because in the real time, if you comment this, okay, all the test, all the classes you have to comment it. 100 classes you have to comment it. So it's not good thing. So if you
We
want to
can
run
do it.
only specific test, okay, so you can put your tag name here. Okay, it's red tag name. Example, self. Imagine it is a self. Okay, it's yours. So for that, we have to use the grep keyword. Grep is for filtering the test. Double quotation, your tag name. That's it. It is going to run your test. See that? Oh, I think it is getting failed here. Attribute is not entering, sir. Attribute is wrong here. Okay, it is giving some promise. So we'll change this. We'll change this. Get by role we put it. Get by role. Get by role. My keyboard is not working. Okay, text box. Sample test at gmail.com. Done. So that attribute is not working. No problem. Control C again. App. Okay. So again, some problem with the retrying. Okay, no problem. So this one is not working, guys. Which one? Password is not working. Password is not working. Okay. Text box password. Get by role text box password. Email entering, but password is not entering. We'll see that. Why it is not entering the password, we'll see. Logout. Uh, oh, where is that last name? The last name is there. Last name is there. Email is there. Password. Email. Okay, password is not working. Why password is not working? We'll see. Okay. Text. Password is there. This password. Maybe because of this colon. Name is equal to label. This is a label, right? Okay. The get by role label, we can use it. Text, email text. 1 second. Inspect email. Email is there. Okay. And then password. What about the password? Password type is equal to ID is equal to password. Okay. Correct only. Password. Fill password 123. It should be there. Okay. Maybe I'll remove this one. We'll see. Remove this. Okay. Confirm password also remove it. Now we'll run it. Control C. Self. It's failing. Rerunning. Okay. No problem. Oh, fill the password with password 123 is not working. Why fill is not working? We are using await now. Why it is not working? Okay. Example sample 123. Uh, Sample 123. Fine. I'm going to use the type case. Okay. We'll see that. Type is not coming up, but I'm using type. We'll see whether it is working or not. Same problem. Okay, type is equal to sample 123 is not working. Guys, did you do any mistake? Get by role kind of things, text box, password, all these things. So with this is not working. Control Z, Control Z. Yes. So what I'll do, I can use the same thing as get by role only. Get by role, and I can use get by label. Sorry, get by label. Label, and I can use the uh, yep, get by label password. Password ఉంటుంది. Confirm password. Password ఉంటుంది. Okay, we'll see that. That is not working. Ah, what is this? Is it because of the weight or something else? Fail. Get by label password. Okay. Get by label password. 1 second, guys. Should we use this colon also? We'll see. Okay. Maybe we have to use a colon now. Colon is not required because label. Ah, yes. Colon, sorry. Colon, sir. Colon, colon, colon. We use a colon here. Okay. Colon. Yep. Now you go ahead on it. It should work now. So silly mistakes. Ah, something went wrong with this. Something went wrong. Same password giving error messages. Get by label, same thing. No problem with that. Okay. So I'll divide this here. I'll divide this. Okay. Now you see the flow clearly. Text box, email till here is working fine. Get by role. Name is equal to this one. And the password. Okay. Let me remove this. Await page dot get by role and text box is called password. Confirm password. Name is called password. Confirm password. Okay. Text box. This is not working earlier. We'll see. What's the wrong with this? Same problem. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll copy this code and I'll ask ChatGPT what we're doing mistake.
అక్కడ ఇన్స్పెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు అది పాస్వర్డ్ దగ్గర అది ఐడి కాబట్టి యాష్ అడుగుతుంది అన్న మేబీ యాష్ పెట్టలేమో
ఇది రోల్ కదా రోల్ కి అవసరం లేదు మనకి see when you are using the label and role side okay it doesn't require the hash and dot kind of things it's only text name only text name we can take it okay if you are using locator right okay locator కి వర్క్ అవుతుంది మనకి
ఓకే
locator తీసుకుని వర్క్ అవుతుంది locators doesn't matter it's go on straight away work but we want to use all the type of locators if you use a normal locators right it will work
ఓకే
so I think he's only using locators here. Should locator తీసుకుంటే normal గా వర్క్ అయిపోతుంది so it doesn't matter but you want to use get by label get by role all these things get by label ఇలా ఉంటుంది use like this ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది locators will be like this okay so locator hash dot like this we will take it okay but I don't want like this I want to mix up all the locators wait I'm taking it Let us leave something now. No problem. Okay, so we'll do one thing. Control Z. So as I said, we'll take the locators for as of now for this. Okay, I'll do one thing. Await page dot locator. Locator of password. This is what you're asking, right? With this, it will work. With this, it should work. Okay. Fill. Okay, everything is fine. Now we'll go and see. Oh, okay. So already this fine. We'll change this, no problem. Second. Now we run it. Okay. Control C. Run it. Yes. Clicking on this one. Why? Oh my goodness. This also is there. Okay. Control C. Control C. Control C. Okay. Now I'll change this. Okay. Right. Yes. Click on register and fill all the details and click on logout button. Done. Close. Now if you want to show the report, npx playwright show hyphen report. What happened? Report also is not showing. Why? npx playwright show report. Why it is not showing? Okay. No problem. We'll go to the results here. Playwright report. Right click. Open with. Right click. Reveal Explorer. Yes, it is coming. So these are the details you have entered. Okay. Fill all these things. Okay. Everything is coming here with Google Chrome. Right. So this is how you have to start with the locator sketch. Okay. So you have to revise this, revise this with the notes and the video again. Okay. You write one test by writing with a different type of locators. You need to practice with all type of locators, normal locators with ID, CSS, and real, the normal CSS selector, okay, without ID and all. And then you have to use the, what we can say, inbuilt locators, getByLabel, getByText, getByPlaceholder, getByAltText, all these things. Okay. So we have to use different type of locators and practice test. You keep practicing with the different type of locators, how to take it. If I take getByLabel, only one. Use the label, that's it. Okay. So if you use the get by role, right? Okay, we can use a number of things. We can use button here, text here, text box here, link text, link, drop down, combo box, heading, alert, paragraphs, span elements. Those kind of things we can use it here. Okay, you see that. Mouse over, you can see a lot of things. List of link, buttons, caption cells, check boxes. Also, we can do that. Combo boxes. Use the button name, button and name of the button. Okay, button name register, button name login, like that. Okay, and then dot click or dot fill, whatever you use it. So normal locators, normal one, you know it, normal CSS with ID, and it's normal CSS selector. Get by text and get by role. Okay, so like this you can do it. Okay, so I'll send you one application, guys. Okay, you have to automate that. I'm designing that. Okay, So once it is developed, I think I'll give you that. Oh, it has everything. You can take a placeholder, you can take the alt text, you can take the attribute, everything. So one attribute, I think we missed it. Get by attribute. I'll explain later. Okay. So practice this. I'll send you the detailed notes, guys. Okay, you can go and do that. And one more thing, 1 second. I think you can do like this. Copy this. Okay. So this is a unique email ID, guys. Okay. Every time it is generating the new email address. Okay. Example when I'm running it. So, so you don't need to change the email address every time. What happens? Notice found. Why? What the hell is this? Oh, I'm sorry. See, every time when you run it, it is going to create a new email address. Log out. Okay. Now again, when you run it, without changing this data, it's a random email I'm generating. Okay. Random email. Done. Again, one more. I'm not changing the test data. Okay. It's a random string creating. Random unique email address is generating. Random ID is creating. Okay. With this random UID, we are creating the random number here. Every time it is going to append with the john.do dot so and so number at gmail.com. It's a new number every time. So it is easy for you to rerun n number of times without changing the email address. Okay, you can do this. I'm sending this in the Teams. You can go and start working on it. Okay. Okay. So I'm sending the PPT here also. I'll be also adding this PPT in the Playwright course. Okay. In the course, you can go and view the notes and you can go and view the videos. Watch the videos. Okay. So practice it. If you don't practice right, you won't understand anything else. So practice is important. And again, we'll be discussing the locators tomorrow. Okay. There are a few more concepts are there in the locators part. So I'll be discussing. Then we can jump onto the concepts. Concepts like, how to handle the text boxes, how to handle the buttons, how to handle the drop downs, how to handle the forms, frames, edits, model pop-ups, and what you can say, upload images into the website. These are the different type of concepts you have to handle it. We have to learn it. Okay. So once this is done, once all this done, right? Okay, we can go and work on the project because you should know how to handle each control. Okay, it can be a button, it can be a text box. Okay, you should know it. How to handle the text box, how to handle the radio buttons. If you know all these things, right, you can go and automate any applications. Okay, so those type of concepts we are going to learn it. All right. Okay. So main thing, practice it. No problem. If you half understand, it's fine. Okay, because we'll be learning the same thing every day. You'll understand someday. No problem. All right. So expect assertions. We'll talk about separate concept. That is a different one. The only thing you have to learn page.locator, page.getByLabel, getById, getByLabel, getByText, getByPlaceholder, getByAttribute, getByAltText, getByText. All these things you have to learn it. All right. Yeah. Practice. Okay. And so once you're done, connect with Abhishek and show your code. That's very, very important. Okay.